At the height of Nazi rule in Germany, when the lives of millions were controlled by fear and violence, and the world was at war, a small group of students risked their lives to speak out against the brutal regime. Daring to challenge the Nazis, they called themselves the White Rose. In the years after Adolf Hitler seized power in 1933, millions of young Germans joined the Hitler Youth, a movement designed to indoctrinate children and teenagers in Nazi ideology, demanding total loyalty. Among them were siblings Hans and Sophie Scholl, zealous supporters of the regime who believed in the Nazis' ideals. But gradually, encouraged by their parents, the teens began to question a system that stifled freedom of thought and forced a futile war on the population. And when Hans served his compulsory military service, he witnessed Nazi brutality towards Jewish people firsthand. Returning to study at Munich University, Hans and his two friends Alexander Schmorl and Willy Graf decided change was needed and formed the White Rose. They were joined by Sophie, Christoph Probst, and their professor, Kurt Huber, all of whom shared their outrage at the crimes of the Nazi regime. Believing in nonviolent resistance, the White Rose wrote leaflets denouncing the regime and urging others to rise up and sabotage the Nazi war industry. Printing copies in secret, the group distributed thousands of leaflets across Munich and other cities, stuffing them into bags and suitcases and slipping them through mail slots in quieter parts of town. In February 1943, Hans and Sophie took hundreds of leaflets to the university, arranging them in prominent positions and tossing them from the top of the stairs. They were seen by the school caretaker, a member of the Nazi Party who reported them to the Gestapo, the secret police. Arrested along with their friend Christoph Probst, they were tried and executed 4 days later. Condemned as traitors by the Nazis, the members of the White Rose stood up for what they believed in at great personal cost. They're remembered today for having the courage to listen to their conscience and act, and for urging others to do the same. What would motivate you to take a stand against oppression?